There are hundreds of bread that you make and that you eat, but some are very special. Hello and welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana and to the Ultimate Baking Series with me, Chef Afraz. Today I'm going to show you a very classic recipe of bagel bread. So let's get started. First, I'm going to activate the yeast. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of fresh yeast. There are few principles in baking which you need to follow. Like the first step for baking a bread, you need to activate the fresh yeast and then add it to your mixture. So now to the fresh yeast, I'm going to add half teaspoon of castor sugar, and then I'm going to add a little water, around 2 tablespoons of water. Give this a nice mix, and then I'm going to microwave this for around 10 seconds. If you want, you can also add 2 tablespoons of warm water and let this activate. But now I'm going to microwave this. So after microwaving it for around 10 seconds, I'm going to nicely mix this again and set this aside to activate. So till the time our yeast is getting activated, let's take a big bowl in which I'm going to sieve the refined flour. Now you can use a combination of various other flour. You can use whole wheat flour, you can add brine, but for now I'm using only refined flour. Sieving is very important so that we get rid of the impurities and we don't find any lumps in our dough. Next, I'm going to season this with salt, and I'm going to add some more sugar, as sugar helps to build the carbon dioxide when it acts with the yeast. And then mix all this together nicely. Once this is done, I'm going to make a well in the center. And then I'm going to add the activated yeast. You can see the air bubbles which have formed. That means the yeast has activated, and at this stage I'm going to add the yeast. And now let's mix the flour with the yeast. Once the yeast is nicely incorporated with the flour mixture, I'm going to start adding water little by little and knead this into a soft dough. The ratio of water is exactly half to the flour mixture. If you're using 2 cups of refined flour, that means you need to add 1 cup of water and make this into a soft dough. But there are some times where the flour differs, so you need to add some more water to make it to a soft dough. Once you see it has come together and this looks sticky, but it's not, you need to knead this till all the stickiness goes. So I'm going to quickly dust my work surface with some flour. Take this dough out and start stretching this. Whenever I make breads, I feel so excited and relaxed as it takes me to another world. So now you see the dough is ready. It is nice and soft. Again, I'm going to flour the bowl and place this dough in. And then I'm going to cover this with a wet muslin cloth and keep this for proving for around 25 to 30 minutes. So now after 25 to 30 minutes, as you can see, the dough has risen and have become double in size. Nice and soft, full of air. The yeast has done its work of producing the carbon dioxide. So now I'm going to dredge some refined flour on my work surface and take this dough out. And then I'm going to knock back the dough and take out all the air, and then this will come again back to its original size. So now I'm going to equally divide this into 4 parts. And then I would dust my hand with some refined flour, and then I'm going to shape this into a round ball. Like this, it shouldn't have any cracks on the top. So now after making round balls, I'm going to grease a baking tray with little butter, and then I would dust some refined flour on top. And then there are 2 ways to shape the bagels. One is that you can take a small cookie cutter, just press this inside, shape the bagel like this. You need to make a ring to get that bagel shape, and then you have to keep some space in the center, as again this is going to proof and we want the ring to be maintained till it is baked. So like this, I'm going to place this on the baking tray. And one more method is, which you can roll this out into a thin log, and then you could just fold this like this to create a ring. Now again I'm going to cover this with a wet muslin cloth and keep this for proving for around 10 to 15 minutes. So now after 10 to 15 minutes, again as you can see the dough has risen, and as I said, we need to make the hole in the center little big, as again it is going to rise and the hole will become small. And now here I have kept water for boiling, to which I am going to add salt. As first we need to poach the bagel and then keep this in the oven for baking. So now the water has come to a boil. Quickly I am going to slide this bagel into the water. 1 minute on both the sides. Again I am going to dust some refined flour on the baking tray and keep this aside. So now this is done. I am going to take this out on a wire rack. Now I am going to let this cool for a bit, and then I am going to transfer this on a baking tray and bake this. So now it has cooled down. I am going to transfer this on a baking tray. And then I am going to break one egg. I am going to lightly beat the egg. And then I am going to give a light egg wash on the top. And now on the top I am going to sprinkle some seeds. On one I am going to sprinkle some poppy seeds. So let's sprinkle on two, and then on the other two I am going to sprinkle some white and black sesame seeds. And now this is ready to go in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for around 15 to 20 minutes. So now you see the bagels have perfectly baked. Quickly I am going to brush some butter. And now I am going to let this come down to the room temperature, and then it is ready to serve. So now it is ready to serve. I am going to transfer this on a serving board. And one I am going to cut it from between. As you see, the crust of the bagel will be crispy, but inside it will be nice soft. So there you go, our lovely bagels are ready. You can have this with a variety of dishes, but best if you want, you can make a very interesting sandwich out of this. So do give it a try. If you like the videos that we share on YouTube, do subscribe to us on our YouTube channel.